Hey, what's up you guys? After Reaction, today I'm going to be reacting to some more Legacies. This is season 3, episode 14. I believe we have 16 episodes, so we're getting close to the end. So we had a bit of a break between last episode and this one, so I'm gonna need like a little bit of a refresher probably. What do we have? We learned about Cleo and her backstory. Looked like Landon and Cleo will be working together. Hope and Landon broke up, which I was happy for. But I have to be honest with you. So I was like, I was driving and I had my Spotify on and a song played during like Hope and Landon moment. And for a minute there I missed them. I'm not gonna lie. For a minute there I shipped them again. So I'm a little conflicted because I know that this is the right decision, like to keep them apart finally. And I hope that they actually do. But a little part of me still kind of likes them. I don't know if it was the nostalgia of like listening to the song and remembering how I felt during the moments. But I feel like this season's been a bit of a hit or miss for me. But yeah, so I'm gonna read some of the comments. I keep playing with my lemon for some reason, but whatever. So this is a new thing that I've been trying to do, and that's read the comments from the previous episode. With the fact that, you know, the last episode is already on YouTube now because of the like 2-week break. I might read some of those comments in here as well. Let's just see what you guys thought about the last episode. See if you guys can give me any insights and whatever. Let's see. Class is capable of siring children to werewolves, so why did he only have one? Haley was alive when carrying though. Okay, yep, alright. Why in the 16 years did he not attempt to have another child? Interesting thought. He hadn't slept with any werewolf women throughout the entire series after Haley, but before, his werewolf side was cursed, so he couldn't. And as to why he didn't get more girls pregnant, he didn't want any children to begin with. Hope was an accident. Plus, I think it was also, like, wasn't it, like, also, stated that, like, she was, like, a kind of prophecy child, I guess? Like, she had to be born to be able to destroy Malvor. I don't know what there was before her to destroy Malvor, though, because that's a bit confusing to me. Because if Malavor's been around this whole time, surely there was something that could destroy him before. But anyways, so there's that. Alright. I, like a lot of people, thought that Hope made a wish on the artifact to have Landon back, and the wish was granted with portal to Prison World, because that's where Landon was. And now the monsters showed up again, but seeing how the leprechaun and the ferryman weren't from Malivore, but they were created by Cleo. And the legit Malivore monsters only showed up after the episode where Hope, Josie, and Lizzie opened the rift to the prison world that Landon used to escape. That means that the monsters that are coming through the rift that they created with dark magic, that's a consequence. I'm glad. I've been asking for consequences for a real long time. As consequences go, though, it's a bit of a meh one. But, like, I'm glad we got a consequence to that action because that was a big deal. And we just washed over it. Cleo said in this episode that she was afraid to open a real portal to the prison world because she's still afraid of Malivore. So that's why she created the ruse with the ferryman and allegedly brought the real Landon. That's why fake Landon destroyed the Ascendant when he showed up. I didn't think of that. So no one would try and open a portal to the prison world again. That's also why Cleo blew up her leprechaun, because Hope knew that Hope wanted to get answers from him, but she was just cleaning it up. It all shockingly makes sense, like the writers actually thought these through. I gotta say, it makes a lot more sense, I think. I don't think the four-handed dude with two broken arms that showed up in the present is Malivore himself. I think it's just a mud monster that Malivore consumed. That could have been clarified a little bit better in the last episode, but I don't know. Because that confused the hell out of me. I don't know. I think they either need to kill Malivore for good this season, or if they insist on him being the final but bad, they need to let him and his monsters stop showing up for like a full season. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused reading this. Or maybe even if they get renewed again, for him to show up and be defeated at the very end of the show. Oh, fair enough. I think we have 20 episodes this season, so there's 7 left. No, I'm fairly certain that there is 16 episodes, because my editor actually gave me the list of like when the finales are going to air. So there's 16 episodes. From what I understand, the Goro-looking golem ended up being a temporary vessel. Okay. And my editor said hi. Okay. We have just a few comments on the YouTube edit. You know, if you want your comment to be, talked about, leave some. We'll talk about them at the beginning of next episode. Yeah, it seems like the show is moving forward now. It only took 10 episodes of Landon being lost and found and lost again to finally break that cycle. Maybe they can build on this and have a good season finale. I predict Hope will become a full tribrid by the end of the season. If we're going by like tradition, in the TVDverse, usually at the end of season 3, we have like a big character change. Like that's when Elena was turned into a vampire. It's also when Marcel was kind of turned into, I guess, the alpha original vampire. I don't know, whatever he was. So I mean, in that sense, it would make sense. But I feel like they're going to stretch it out a little bit longer than that. I don't know. Because once you kind of make her a full tribrid, what else is there to do with her? Like, what else? Like, I feel like at that point, she's, like, invincible. And to be honest with you, you don't really want an invincible protagonist. Because then there's nothing to... Then there's no real threat, I feel. Cleo made that monster because you can see that she was sculpting the same monster seemed to appear in the flashbacks. She probably made it to get the artifact so she doesn't get locked up in it. Oh, right, yeah. 3 times 17 is the real 3 times 13 of this season. Remember the first 4 episodes. I don't know where you're getting the idea that there's more episodes. I'm fairly certain that there's 16 episodes this season. I'm like 90% sure. But you know, I am wrong sometimes. This was my favorite episode of season 3. And Cleo is now one of my favorites. So that's really cool. I'm glad that, you know, she's gotten a bit of more backstory and people are more interested in her character now. I just feel like, personally, everything that's happened so far has been kind of filler. Like, nothing that has happened has really, really mattered and really, really changed the story to the extent. Because now we have, you know, the story going forward. I feel like it was just very much stretched out into, like, filler. Like, if you take away that whole chunk, it would be the same story, if that makes sense. I feel. I just feel like this has been a really long cleanup of last season. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the episode, shall we?
You dropped something.
Newest member of the pack always cleans up. Everyone knows that.
Apparently not.
Hey, it's nothing personal. Okay, Bruce did it for like a year. That's just the way we do things in a pack.
Then maybe that should change.
Oh, are you going to become pack leader now and then have it just...
Ever.
If the alpha makes the rules, how do you become the alpha?
Well, that's easy.
Why is this a... We already did this with Raphael. How do you become the alpha? And then he turns into the alpha and beats him, right? And then we never have anything to do with that ever again. And then all of a sudden he's the alpha again. And Raphael's gone. Are we rehashing that? I really hope she doesn't win, because then it's just like a complete rehash. Just saying. And she doesn't know anything about being a werewolf. And that's something I said about Raphael too. Don't know anything about being a werewolf.
Or we could just introduce ourselves?
You're acting really weird for someone who's supposed to be worried about her missing sister.
Lizzie.
Namaste. I'm so glad you guys are here. You made really good time.
You knew we were coming?
Joe and I have been talking about it since I got here. But I still can't believe that you were so open to it.
Me neither.
Come, I'll show you around.
This looks great. It looks like Witchapalooza.
Which is great. Because you could use some healing. Joe told me all about and in Lay.
Did she?
Every gory detail. Him dumping you like that? Total dick move. But we don't worry about dicks here. No boys allowed. So you'll forget about bird brain in no time.
What's with all the crystals?
Each color represents a step on the pathway to enlightenment.
So the blue one you're wearing?
So you've been talking to Devote.
Afternoon enrichment. All colors on the crystal path are welcome.
Come on. You guys have to meet Andy.
This is weird.
I don't fight with girls.
Except when you're knocking them down in a pickup game or sparring with them.
No, like a real fight. To the death, if that's what it takes. And I don't plan on starting now.
Okay, glad we can both agree on not dying. So, what if I challenge you to something else?
That's not in the rules.
But what is in the rules is that the alpha can't turn down any challenge, no matter what it entails.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
Saw an old pool table in storage when I was picking out some stuff for my room.
Deal. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
She's gonna win, isn't she?
It's hope, right?
Oh, I didn't raise my hand.
So you don't harbor any negative emotions.
I just don't need your help controlling them.
When we aren't in control, it's difficult to trust those who are.
Oh no, I don't trust you because you're a fraud.
Then please, come up and prove it.
So sorry. Bringing you here was a bad idea, and so is you going up.
Okay, I'll touch your rock, but I think it's crystal clear what kind of mood I'm in.
You have extraordinary power. I'm not sure I'm capable, but let me try to help.
I didn't say you could touch me. I'm so glad you did. Suddenly, I feel better.
This is a power my coven has spent generations mastering. Empathic transference. That's why I must always wear gloves. Skin-to-skin contact with an empath can feel
But that's not even your skin, that's your gloves.
I'm so angry at my ex-boyfriend, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm
enlightened.
This is your last chance to back out.
Can I get the chalk?
This is gonna annoy the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie. The problem that I have is she's a new werewolf. Why does the new werewolf always have to try and challenge the fucking alpha and win? To be clear, it has nothing to do with the fact that she's a girl, okay? It's the same fucking storyline as Raphael. And what did he do with his alpha status? He did nothing! I mean, maybe she'll do something with the alpha status, okay? But the problem that I'm having here is she's brand new. And to be honest, it makes him look like a terrible alpha if he can't win against any fucking challenge.
Colin Lafferty, I've lost people I love the way your family lost you. I'm sorry they won't get the closure they deserve. But maybe missing is better than knowing the truth.
I mean, it wasn't for you.
But I'll check in on your family and on the vampire that killed you, so that this never happens again.
Maybe it wasn't a vampire? It wasn't. I feel like they're too scared to make vampires, like, as badass as they used to be. You know? They are very much like puppies now.
Oh, damn.
That's you, Brutus? Hey, I'm still your alpha. Not for long, bro.
Eight-ball corner pocket. Sink it, and I'm the leader of the pack, right?
Those are the rules.
Gosh, it makes Jed look like he's incapable.
Maybe Andy was right for once, and my negative emotions are what kept her from being able to mind control me. So if I can do the same thing to you, worth a shot. Although you probably like being mind controlled, because that was basically our dynamic for years.
I don't know what you mean.
That's right. You're independent all of a sudden. Going to Mystic Falls High all by yourself. Oh, wait. You're already back at the Salvatore school. I guess that phase lasted about as long as your Dark Josie bender.
If anyone knows how to get under people's
Now
skin.
you're here, worried about me and Hope, and completely neglecting your own happiness with Finch in the process. I mean, at least I'm trying to be happy.
Are you seriously pinning this on me right now? You're the one that indoctrinated us into a freaking cult, and I'm
Back to normal.
Man, is that a tooth?
Why is she not wearing her own
That's whatever this
thing
belongs to
now?
the monster pool.
You're not gonna believe it, Rick. Wendigo.
Come on.
That's a Wendigo?
It's never a Wendigo.
Hope Andrea Michelson.
Oh dear.
Joe, is there something you wanted to say?
But why would she want to say something?
Well, aren't you gonna say anything?
Yes, I am.
Oh.
That crystal doesn't work on you and blue isn't your color.
I appreciate the feedback.
I don't. Hope, throw them both in the holes so we can get this party started.
Wait, I hate that I have to do this because all I've ever wanted for you is happiness, but this isn't happiness. And not just because Andy's a fraud, even though she is, but because you're lying to yourself. You're mad at Landon, and you're blaming him for the breakup. But it's not all Landon's fault, and deep down you know that.
Stop saying his name.
You've known that you and Landon have been biologically incompatible since he literally dissolved after having sex with you. But you chose to deny that fact, and now you know that neither you or Landon can ever truly be happy together.
What I know is that I moved heaven and earth to bring him back to me. And he didn't even tell me when he was still alive. And then he left me all over again.
Landon finally did the one thing that you weren't strong enough to do.
Hope? Is that you?
That's the last of them, Hope. Hurry up.
Alright.
Sorry to keep you waiting. This is the part where you attack me and deeply regret it later.
How do we kill this damn thing? How the hell am I supposed to know? It's never a Wendigo.
Fire usually does it, I think. Yeah, see, I was right.
Thanks for distracting them for me. The Wendigos have hearts of ice. It's their weakness. Like sunlight for a vampire.
Okay.
Unless you use that weakness and make it your strength. I had Wendigo in the monster pool.
Well, aren't you gonna say anything?
Don't name her yet. Not until she tells us what this phony-ass retreat was for.
I needed a lot of witches with a lot of power who wouldn't ask any questions. I knew how the drug worked firsthand, and I thought it would be easier to catch flies with honey than vinegar.
What is the ritual for?
All I know is it was a summoning ritual. For what wasn't my concern. I would arrange the devil himself for my freedom.
So you cut a deal. With who?
It wasn't that long ago, but it's just gone. I can't remember who it was.
And I'm sure that has nothing to do with the Malibor pit.
What I do remember is that our deal was bound by an unbreakable covenant spell, which means I will die if I fail to complete the ritual.
You're gonna fail.
Well, she will be the sacrifice.
Then the piece I will know is that the three of you will have to deal with whatever my death raises.
I'm guessing she counts as the human sacrifice the ritual needs.
Yeah?
As much as I hate Andy, that was a total boss move.
It's gonna happen now.
Hey guys, I think I figured out what Andy was trying to do. She's turning us into pandas.
And she nailed it.
That was fun! So high as a kite, but at least we're not pandas anymore.
That was weird.
Unfortunately, that's where our good news ends.
Why does this guy look like he's from Star Wars? What the hell? Alrighty, well that was Legacies, Season 3, Episode 14. Gotta be honest, it wasn't that great. Like, we're coming up to the end of the season, and we're just still having goofy episodes. Like, where's the main story? I don't get it. I don't know why they're continuing on with this MG still wanting to be a superhero thing. We have enough superhero shows on the CW. We don't need the vampire show. The vampire supernatural show to be a superhero show. Can you imagine? It would be like, you know, if they did another season of Supernatural and then all of a sudden, you know, Sam and Dean were like, you know what? Let's be superheroes. I don't know, man. Not everything needs to devolve into the same thing. We don't need the same show on 7 different times. I don't know. That's frustrating to me. What the hell was the panda thing? That was weird. I get it, they were drugged, but that was weird. I like that they didn't just make Finch the alpha. I was gonna be so annoyed. I like that Rick seems to be following his, like, development here in, like, believing MG and, you know, not overreacting, whereas Dorian seemed to be the one overreacting. So that was nice. The cult storyline, I don't know, man, that was kind of boring. I gotta be honest. I've never been into cult storylines, I guess. There was no real, like, big impact on this one, so I don't know. I do like that, you know, Hope and Josie and Lizzie, they all interacted this episode. We haven't really got that much this season, so it was nice to see that. Yeah. I don't know. The season's been weird for me, I think. How do you guys feel about the season as a whole? I'd really like to, you know, pick your brain about it, I guess. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.